According to a recent population study, the second fastest growing metro area in the state is Richmond. And a big contributing factor is RVA's location, which isn't just drawing in new residents, it's attracting new businesses as well.
And we said, okay, where do we want to move next?
Paul Patinote is used to a life in motion.
We've lived in, I'm going to say 7 or 8 different states and many different cities.
But after 10 years in Greenville, South Carolina, the retired engineer says he and his wife were finally ready to wind down in the capital of the Commonwealth.
Just over a year now. We said we want to be close to family, close to the ocean, but close to the mountains, not too far. Close to an interesting center like Washington, D.C. A lot of things, and you boil them all together, and Richmond was in the top tier.
Factors that Greater Richmond Partnership President and CEO Jennifer Wakefield says have also been key to Central Virginia's growth.
Nearly half of all the new residents into Virginia have been locating in the Richmond MSA. We work with our local partners at the City of Richmond and the counties of Chesterfield, Hanover, and Henrico to recruit new companies to this market.
There are approximately 1.3 million people in Virginia.
We are a perfectly sized Goldilocks. Overwhelmingly, one of our largest advantages is our location. We are within 2 hours of the nation's capital. We are the capital of the state, but our number one feature and strength is really our people, and we are continuing to grow.
Wakefield says Virginia has been growing at a rate of around 1% per year since 2020, adding about 30 new residents daily. But according to a University of Virginia study, it's still just the second fastest growing area in the state, with the much smaller Winchester leading Virginia with a 4.6% population growth in the past 3 years. But with the recent expansion of companies like Amazon and CoStar, Wakefield says Richmond's size and location gives it an edge when competing for economic opportunities.
We have been named the number 11 hottest job market by the Wall Street Journal recently. And so that in turn attracts other companies to want to think about considering locating in Richmond, Virginia. To have positive migration into a community, it makes sure that it's a healthy community, that there's new dollars that are flowing into the community, and that there are new jobs for residents that are here and for those that are choosing to relocate into this market.
Which can directly impact the value of goods and services.
When you lose population like New York and a San Francisco, a Chicago, is that companies tend to leave those markets, which means jobs tend to leave those markets, which means average salaries tend to leave those markets. And so it puts those communities at a disadvantage.
For VPM News, I'm AJ Nwoko.
Thank you for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to VPM's YouTube channel. And head to vpm.org for more in-depth coverage.